Welcome guys to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and the nice little dump that we got. Hopefully you guys paid attention to what I said about Bitcoin on Friday's afternoon's live stream, where I said we could jump down to 113k. Looks like we came down to that level. We actually came down a little bit further than that. But yeah, I was not liking what I saw on Bitcoin on Friday. And you even saw me go short. I opened up a short on Bitcoin on Friday. We had sideways trading action all throughout the weekend. We didn't really get the dump until Sunday night. And I actually took advantage of that last night myself, shorting Bitcoin down to 113k. And also shorting Solana as well. I don't like doing these things, but hey, you know, if that's what the market's going to give us in the meantime, I might as well take advantage of it and make some money, right? At least try to make some money with whatever the market's trying to do here. But yeah, let's get into it. The analysis here on Bitcoin. We see that Bitcoin is currently trading at $112,830 when we came as low as $111,760 here on Coinbase Exchange. Nice little, well, some people don't think it's nice, but we had a very sharp sell-off here, this red candle here, just destroying all the positive price action that we made last week. We haven't seen Bitcoin at these levels since Wednesday of September 10th, almost like 2 weeks ago. So basically everything that happened last week just got totally erased. And looking at the weekly candle here, yeah, let me just, because we didn't get a chance to look at the weekly time frame here, but the weekly candle for Bitcoin last week was very unchanged, indecision, and now here we are this week. We got a nasty red candle here, bearish engulfing candle compared to what we had last week, and this is not good. This is no bueno. However, we do have on the weekly time frame, we have the 21 EMA that could act as support at 111,360. We almost came down to that level here on Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. 111,360 is also a 0.5 retracement that I'm looking at here. I was expecting Bitcoin to come down to 113k only because of the 50-day moving average, which we'll show you real quick here. But 111,300 is another support level for Bitcoin that needs to hold here if we're still going to be bullish. Now, I think we could still be bullish here on Bitcoin because, you know, we would have to invalidate this low that we made here on August, where we came down to 107,300, 107,250. That would show us that we're making lower lows, and then it's going to be pretty nasty out there in Bitcoin and crypto world here. Okay, but we could still be bullish. This could just be another higher low, especially if we just bounce back and we send this thing to higher prices right now or later on this week. This might be the lows. This might be like Bitcoin on sale, cryptocurrency on sale this week, and then we see prices going higher. Now, the crazy thing is that we actually see the stock markets going up while Bitcoin and crypto's going down. What's up with that, right? Could be some manipulation going on out there. I'm not quite sure why that is the case, but we'll look into it. We'll look into the charts. We'll try to figure out what they might do next here with Bitcoin and crypto. That's why I'm here with you guys. Let's get into the daily time frame. I'll show you why I was targeting 113k. So this green line here, this is the 50-day moving average, which normally acts as support. And I know I got a lot of lines here, guys. These are like target zones, these red lines here. But this green line here, very important for a lot of traders out there. That green line is sitting at 113, that green number right there, sitting at 113,260. That's the 50-day moving average, which you know, for short sellers like myself who were trying to short the market, I just chose that as an area where I was going to take profit on my short. You know, I didn't think we were actually going to slice through it and continue down to lower prices here, but we did, and we came down to the Fibonacci number, that 0.5 retracement at 111,300. Not quite exactly, but almost enough. Okay, We came down to 111,760. I know I sound like a broken record. I said that already, but I'm just trying to give you guys the idea, the mentality, the thinking out there of other traders and what they're looking for and the target zones they're looking for when they're bringing the prices down here. We can still maintain an uptrend here on Bitcoin. This is not like game over yet. Okay. I mean, we kind of violated the uptrend, but if we could just cause a little bit of fake out and start pushing the price back up to this uptrend that we were trying to maintain, then yeah, we could try to remain bullish here. But I'm cautious. I'm very cautious. I want to see what Bitcoin does next. We obviously lost this uptrend here, and I just want to see if Bitcoin can just hold the 50-day moving average, this green line. Just hold it. Show us that you can still remain strong here, Bitcoin. And I think people will view this as a buying opportunity, and we can send prices of crypto higher, prices of Bitcoin higher. And this is just a bad day, you know, a bad day, a bad weekend. And we get like a little bit of a fake out and get the short sellers all excited just to, you know, rip through their stop losses and send the price higher. I don't know. Could be a possibility here. I'm just trying to figure this all out with you guys. Let me go jump into the live chat here, see what you guys are saying. This is going to be a relatively shorter live stream than I normally do. I'm going to stream for about an hour till like 1 p.m. Eastern time here. And then I got to drop a friend off at the airport and do some other things this afternoon. But I figured I'd jump into the live stream here with you guys. Take a look at crypto. And if you guys have some requests for any particular crypto you want me to look at, then we can go over that right now. So go ahead and put in your requests now, so that way I can look at your cryptocurrencies or your stocks. Maybe you guys are sick and tired of crypto and you guys want to talk about stocks now. We can do that too. But let's see. Let me just see what you guys have said in the chat here. John Morla saying, "What is happening? Crypto down and stocks are doing fine." That's what's happening right now. Could be a buying opportunity for crypto, for those who want to get some cheaper crypto. FDB says, "What do I think about tomorrow after Powell talks? TKS in advance." I'm not sure what TKS in advance means, but if Jerome Powell's talking, they're always talking. You know, there's always a Federal Reserve speaker speaking like every week, so I don't really think too much of it. It's nice that Jerome Powell's talking, so there's a little bit more credence probably placed in that talk tomorrow, where he can kind of like talk a little bit off the cuff and actually give you his thoughts about, you know, why they actually lowered interest rates. Besides, you know, answering reporters' questions, I think that would be interesting to see what he has to say about the market. And then also on Friday we have a PCE report coming out. I mean, that's going to come out after Jerome Powell talks, but I think Friday's more important than tomorrow as far as the markets and the economy goes. Let's see. We got a request here from F asking about HBAR. Okay. Surprised no one wants to talk about Avantis. I did a TikTok and a very popular YouTube short about Avantis. Did pretty well this weekend. If no one requests that, I will take a look at Avantis just to see where that thing might go next. It's a new decentralized exchange that's doing pretty well. First or Last is saying crypto is trash. Yeah, it does feel like that, you know, when it drops down like this. But there are some cryptocurrencies that are solving some real world problems out there, so I wouldn't really say that it's just completely trash. And there's also people making money on crypto too. Trillions of dollars coming into the market, none is going into crypto. Yeah, it sure does seem like that. But eventually that money is going to leave, you know, stock market and want to go somewhere else. And crypto, if it does go further down than where it is right now, it's going to look very inviting for a lot of people to get into some buying opportunities on crypto. Florida in here thinks Bitcoin could go to 110 or 108K. That's always a possibility here. I believe there's some support zones down there. Why did crypto market dump like that today? Because Bitcoin made a lower high, Noah. Bitcoin made this lower high here on, was it Friday? I was very wary of that. We went up to 117,998, and it just wasn't enough to push past you know, the highs that we made back here, you know, where we saw $118,000 Bitcoin in August, right? 118,641 on August 17th. We needed to get past this level here, so we got rejected. There was a lot of resistance at this level at 118 to 120k. So Bitcoin got rejected off of resistance at 118k. It's pretty much what happened. So this is normal stuff. This isn't anything to panic yet. I would start panicking if we start losing like 107, 108k at this point, because then that means that we're making a lower low compared to what we did here in August, the beginning of August, August 30th, where we saw Bitcoin as low as like 107,250. That's when I would start getting worried about Bitcoin. But this could just end up being another higher low, and then eventually you would want to see a higher high. We got to get past 118k, get up to like 120k for Bitcoin here. So this is just normal stuff. Full Porter wants to know about Aster. Okay, I'll write that one down. And then let me just make sure I got all the other requests here. So we got Aster we gotta talk about. And then what else? Noah wants to look at Plume. Okay, I got you on Plume. And let's see. I think that's it for requests as of now. Let me just jump over to my YouTube. I'm doing a YouTube stream as well. John316 wants to look at Pepe. Okay, I got you on Pepe. And John316 is over here saying some crazy stuff about Latinos over here. And John's buying the dip. Our Bizzle wants to look at AVAX. And then Lion wants to look at XRP. Okay, so we got AVAX after Pepe and XRP. And I'll just put in my own request here. I want to look at Avantis for you guys. So we'll look at Avantis after XRP. All right, guys, I got some work to do here. Let's get started. Let's take a look at HBAR first. And if you guys can, in the meantime, hit that like button, double tap your screen to hit the like for TikTok. That'd be greatly appreciated here as I go through these cryptocurrencies and give you some pre-analysis here as like where these cryptocurrencies can go next. The least you could do is, you know, show some support and hit that like button. All right, let me get rid of this for now and get rid of this here. We're looking at HBAR currently trading at 22 cents right now, down 5.88%. HBAR looks like it came right down to its own 50-day moving average, sitting at 22 cents here. Okay, that green line there acting as support. We almost came down to the 100-day moving average, but not quite. But there was some support there at 20 cents, 0.207 pennies to be exact, is where you got some support below you for HBAR. But HBAR right now, not doing the thing. It's making I mean, this was looking like a bull flag where we, you know, this is the flag pole and this is the flag here. But however, we're making lower highs here and lower lows, which is not good to see. Let me see if I can connect the lower lows here. If, you know, obviously you can kind of see that we're making lower lows here, and we're also making lower highs here for HBAR. So we got kind of like a bull flag being created right now. And you would think that if this is a bull flag and we pop out to the upside, that we would go to higher prices. Now we, you know, on this downtrend here, we did get above it here on Saturday, September 13th. Came back, retested it, came up again. Looks like we were ready to go to higher prices, and then we got this dump over the weekend, which pushed us below the downtrend on the lower highs. So that's not good to see. We're back in the bull flag again. Here, let me just remove this these moving averages real quick. Clearly, we're in a falling wedge that is looking like a bull flag. So falling wedges, they do break out to the upside, and we thought we were getting that here with HBAR, but looks like we came back into the bull flag and the falling wedge again. If this thing was to break out to the upside, just using trend analysis, chart pattern analysis, for those who like to do bull flags here, You know, this is what the trend was here. We consolidated, did a bullish consolidation. If we break out to the upside on H-bar, we're looking for a price target about 37 cents to the upside, okay? Now I'm going to quickly do a Fibonacci here, measuring from the top here at 30 cents. We got to like 0.3049 pennies here. So around that area, down to the impulse move. You can see that if we were to continue up to higher prices here for H-bar, you got the 1272 that says we get up to like 34 cents. And you got the 1618 saying that we can get up to like 39 cents. However, you know, we have to make higher lows, higher highs here. And right now we're threatening to make lower lows and lower highs. And if H-bar continues going down to lower prices, a level that I think is interesting here is this 0.236 level at 19 cents. That might be where you can get some cheaper H-bar if this thing decides to go lower on you. Okay, we already hit the 0.382 retracement at 21 cents. We did that last night, I believe. We're already at 21 cents, 22 cents here. So yeah, I think H-bar has some proving to do here. But going back to the moving averages here, you do have support, a lot of support at the 20 cent level and 21 cent level. So this might be the lows for H-bar. If H-bar goes lower, I'm not sure it's going to be that much lower. I would think that H-bar could come down to 19 cents, and that might be a better buy entry if you're trying to get some cheaper H-bar here. Alright, yes, RS3, we will look at Avantis. It's down the list here because I got some other cryptocurrencies to look at, but we will look at AVNT for you. I actually want to look at AVNT, so I appreciate that request. I will get to that. It's going to come after we look at XRP though. Alright, and we got a few more to look at before Avantis. Ooh, Christian wants to look at Aptos. I actually own some Aptos myself. Let's see if we can get to Aptos. It's going to be crazy busy. This is going to be a shorter live stream, so I think that's going to be the last request for now. Because I got to pick up my friend and drop them off at the airport later on this afternoon. But let's get into looking at Plume now. We got Plume as the next request. And guys, if you like this analysis and you want to see more analysis, see more cryptocurrencies on the charts here, then by all means go ahead and hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button for my YouTube guys. I go live on YouTube and TikTok, and yeah, come join the Meet Gaming community where we can take a look at the charts here, figure out where the prices might go next. We're looking at Plume right now, currently trading at roughly 10.5 cents. Down 4.5% today. And Plume, what is Plume doing here? We have previous Fibonacci analysis. I measured from as high as Plume got up to like 13.5 cents. I actually got a little bit higher than that. I'm gonna measure to the wick here. We got up to like 14 cents. So let me just readjust this to now 14 cents. So we got the exact levels measuring from wick to wick. And looks like Plume decided to come down to the 50-day moving average like a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. That support was hanging out at 0.098 pennies. We actually came down to 0.098 pennies earlier today. So 50-day moving average, TA getting respected. Traders use that as support, pushing the price, getting a bounce off that level. If Plume does go to higher prices, I would expect some resistance here at the 618 level, that golden pocket level, hanging out at 11.5 cents to like 12 cents. You got the 0.65 at 0.118 pennies. I would also expect resistance there because you got the 100-day moving average, this blue line. I don't know if you're able to see this, but the blue line is coming in here. And that is showing that there could be some resistance at 0.118 pennies. So if you're day trading this or short-term swing trading it, I would have 0.118 pennies as my upside target for now. That's going to be an area that's probably going to get rejected. Maybe make a higher low, and then we come up to higher prices here for Plume. But if you get past this golden pocket level, the next level that could act as resistance is going to be this 0.786 penny level here at 12.127 pennies here. This blue level here could act as resistance. And then of course we'll see if Plume can get up to like 14 cents at some point. But downside targets, you got to hold above that 50-day moving average, which you did already. But if you lose that 50-day moving average, then you could come down to the 0.236 level possibly here. I don't know. I don't see any other support level besides that 0.236 level hanging out roughly 9 pennies here. You gotta hold that, or else this is just all for nothing, and you're doing a round trip at that point back to like 8 pennies again. All right, so that's Plume in a nutshell. Let's take a look at Aster. Alright, so Aster, relatively new cryptocurrency here on Mexi Exchange. Not much data. I don't have any moving averages to use. It looks, I mean, I got everything ready to go, but it looks like a naked chart because this thing has only been around since Friday. Traded on Mexi Exchange on Friday. Unless there's another exchange out there that had it longer than that, we could try to take a look at Aster on, maybe we could try looking at it on Binance here. No, it's the same thing. So, same thing for Binance as well. This is a relatively new cryptocurrency. There's not much I could do. I don't have any moving averages to use. This thing hasn't been around for a while. Maybe I could try to look at the 1 hour time frame. Maybe we got some moving averages to work with. And I kind of do have some moving out. I have the 21 EMA. Okay, the white line. Right now you're below the 21 EMA, which means that you have to think that this thing is bearish for now until it gets above the 21 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. However, you were also making lower highs here and possibly making lower lows here. I think you're just trying to do some bullish consolidation. You got obviously the upswing here on Friday and Saturday. And what I can do now here is just measure out the Fibonacci real quick here and see what the levels might be for Aster. Looks like we came down to the 0.5 retracement, which is expected. Normally on a retracement, you come down to the 618 as a normal retracement, but also 0.5 is also another normal retracement as well for traders to target. So you already came down to that level to $1.28 earlier Monday morning here. You want to see if this level is going to hold. If not, then we might come down to the 0.32 level at $1.11, or we might come down to the 0.236 level at 89 cents. This is where I'll be putting some buy orders in if you want to get some cheaper Aster. $1.11 could be where you might get filled at, and also 89 cents, 90 cents could be another area to get filled at for some cheaper Aster. And you would think that if we do come down to this level, that we should get a reaction and try to bounce off that level. Just be ready to go. Put your buy limit orders in. You might even want to front run a little bit and probably put like 91 or 92 cents in, because other traders are targeting 89 cents if it does come down to that level, and you might, this thing might not even hit 89 cents. You might get front run a little bit. So I would put some orders in at like 90, 91, 92 cents, see if it gets filled, and then this thing launches up to higher prices here. And if it does go to higher prices here, you want to see if you can get back up to $2 here, like you were at on Sunday morning. And then this thing could possibly get up to the 1618 at $2.93, or the 1272 at $2.42. That's what you're targeting. If you go up to 242, you almost double your price here. You doubled your money in Aster. So I would click the sell button if it does get up to $2.42. All right. Moving on from Aster, we're going to take a look at Pepe for John 3:16. I'm in the 1 hour time frame here. Let me zoom out to the daily time frame. I'll get rid of this for now. Pepe currently trading at 960. And boy, oh boy, I got a lot of rainbow colors looking here. Pepe was in a symmetrical triangle that we know it's been in ever since April. Okay, you were making higher lows here, and you were making however lower highs. However, we are breaking down out of the symmetrical triangle. This is not good, John, to be honest with you. We came out of the symmetrical triangle, we came back into it, we retested it, and we rejected the symmetrical triangle. We're coming down to lower prices. This is no bueno, John. The Latinas wouldn't like this if they saw this. This is not good. So anyways, you're also losing your 200-day moving average. Your 200-day moving average, this red line, okay, very important to hold. Sitting at 1021. Pepe needs to stop doing what it's doing right now and start going to higher prices here, or I have to start becoming more bearish on this asset. Okay, because you're losing the 200-day moving average. Yeah, you came down to the 0.236 on the fib at 981. Okay, and you came as low as actually 938. Was that lower than what we did here on September 1st? We came as low as 914. Ha! Funny enough, you're still making a higher low compared to what you did here on September 1st. So, really playing games right now. But this is a good, I feel like, guys, this is a good day to start buying some crypto. If you're still bullish on crypto, because we're still making higher lows here on Pepe. Even though we lost the 200-day moving average, this could be temporary. All we need is a green candle tomorrow and just invalidate all this price action to the downside, and we're still in business for Pepe. But yeah, guys, that's why I'm wearing a red shirt for my YouTube guys that can see me right now. We got a red day, so I'm wearing a red shirt. Okay? Maybe if we have a green day here, I'll wear a green shirt. Or maybe black, you know, back in black. We're not in the negative anymore. We're back to being profitable again. I'll wear a black shirt. DZ says Adventus and wants to look at World Liberty Finance. We will look at World Liberty Finance for you, and we'll look at Adventus. Adventus is coming up. It's like three more requests after Pepe, but we are going to look at Adventus. Appreciate that request as well. World Liberty Finance. All right, I think that's going to be one of the last requests as well. Chris is wearing a red shirt too. And Chris wants to look at ICP. Chris, I'll try to fit ICP, but I am doing a shorter live stream today because I have to pick up a friend and drop her off at the airport this afternoon. So, yeah, it's going to be a shorter live stream today. So I'm glad you put your request in. I'll only be able to do one request for you. I know you like to do 3 or 4, but I can only do 1 for today for you. All right. So yeah, that's Pepe. Pepe looking like you know, disappointing us here, but if we can get an Uno reverse and go up to higher prices here for Pepe, we're looking to see if Pepe can just get back up to the 618 at 1230 is the target that I'm looking for. We got up to like 1230, 1260 here on Saturday, September 13th. So we're just trying to see if we can get Pepe back up into this golden pocket level here for now. Before we talk about higher prices, I just want to see if Pepe can just get back up to that golden pocket at 1200. Okay. All right. Moving on from Pepe, let's take a look at Avalanche, AVAX. Avalanche, AVAX, currently trading at $31.86. I actually was in a big Avalanche position last year, but then I decided to sell my Avalanche and I got into SUI instead. But Avalanche it's making some promising a promising return back up to higher prices here. We saw Avalanche get as low as, you know, on June 22nd, we saw it get as low as like $15.62. We pretty much doubled in price from what we had here in June, so that's good to see. You have made the beginning of higher highs, higher lows obviously, and making still higher highs here. Avalanche did come up to a 1618 that I was targeting at $34.66. We actually came up to $35.82. So not surprising to see Avalanche actually start to come down after hitting that target at 1618. Let's take a look at the oscillators here real quick for Avalanche. Avalanche did get overbought on the RSI here on last Thursday. It was at an RSI of 79.41. Buying pressure is dying down, stochastic is curving down, and also we have a red sell dot here on Sunday. So looks like Avalanche needs to chill out for a little bit, kind of reset the oscillators before it can make a higher low and possibly a higher high all over again here. If Avalanche does continue to go down to lower prices here, we do have the 21 EMA that could act as support at $28.80. It's also a level that we were trading at here back here in the second and third week of September, so I'd expect 28.80 to be an level to be looking for. But Avalanche is clearly above most of the other moving averages. The 200, the 50, and the 100, well below you at like $22 and $23 here. I don't think Avalanche is going to come down to that level, because that would put you right back at the 618, 65 golden pocket, but could be a possibility here. If we do go down to lower prices below 28 bucks, I would first think that Avalanche would try to get a bounce off of this 76 retracement at $24.87. Okay, because you got a lot of people that bought Avalanche here in September and August. They bought at $24, $25, and they're just gonna be back to break even. So they're not gonna be anxious to hit the sell button. Versus like the people that bought here at 34 bucks, they're probably a little bit anxious to click the sell button. And that's why we're getting this little bit of sell-off here in Avalanche. But if Avalanche is able to go up to higher prices, I think this Fibonacci still is useful here. And we got a 2618 that says Avalanche can get up to like $46.43 here. And for you Moon Boys here in Avalanche, you got a 3618 that says Avalanche can get up to like $58. And I think that's confluent with what you did here back in December, where we saw Avalanche as high as like 55 bucks. So I still think that's a possibility for Avalanche later on in 2025. If we have an exponential, price move in Avalanche and crypto, you could see that 3618, $58 for Avalanche. All right, moving on from Avalanche, we'll take a look at XRP, Ripple. XRP currently trading at $2.85. It looks like XRP came down. Did it come down to that 0.5 retracement? We were talking about, if XRP loses the $3 level here, that golden pocket at $2.99, that we could come down to $2.78 here. And we came down to $2.69. Interesting. Okay, so we lost the 0.5 retracement. And we were threatening to come down to the 100-day moving average here, sitting at $2.64 before we got the bounce. I think somebody thought it was funny to buy XRP at a $2 handle with 69 cents. 69 for those that know. Looks like somebody thought that was funny to buy XRP at $2.69, but that's where they came in to push up XRP. And you're just hoping that we can just continue the buying pressure here and push XRP to higher prices and make like a hammer candle. If we can make a hammer candle where we have a short body, this is kind of looking like a hammer candle, but I want to see us get back up to maybe 290 or 290.95 maybe, and that would be very nice, because that means that the sellers got rejected harshly. Even though we came down to lower prices here, the buyers stepped in and they pushed the price back up to where we were here on Sunday. And if we get a nice hammer candle, that's a reversal candle, and that means that the price wants to go up, not down. And we could see XRP, if we get some follow through on a hammer candle, we could see XRP get up to that $3.28 level here. That's that 786 retracement. That's what I'm targeting for upside target for XRP right now. That's the price that you were hanging out at towards the middle of August, second week of August here. The people that bought here, they might want to click the sell button to get out of XRP, because I don't know, if they're not fully convinced about XRP, they might just decide to just break even at 328 here. Okay, and then the upside target beyond that is just, can we get XRP back up to where we were, excited about XRP in July when we saw XRP at 365 and 366. That's your other upside target for XRP for now. I'm not going to get into higher price targets. We could see $4, but first we got to work on getting above $3 and staying above $3 and not going below $3 again. And then I think people will get excited about XRP. But however, just looking at what I'm seeing here, we did go lower. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually went as low as we did here on September 1st. Okay, so that makes sense why we came down to 269, because we were at 269 on September 1st. And this could also end up being a double bottom with the candlewick lows here. You got a possible double bottom here for XRP. So interesting. And then we could probably launch up higher here on XRP. Just get above $3. I think that's hurting people's psyche. The XRP investors are like, oh my god, we cannot stay above $3. If we can stay above $3, then I think more money will go into XRP. More people will get excited to put their money to work with XRP if we can just stay above $3. DZ says he will be buying this dip. I feel like a lot of people are. I think that's what we're getting here. Let's see. What is Bitcoin doing? 112,900. It's at the same price as when I first started the live stream. I did go into a long on Bitcoin. Let's just take a quick look at my long here. Yeah, I'm only up about 8% on my Bitcoin long, but I did a 50x long here. I got in at 112,571 this morning. I might buy more or add to the position if we come back to that level again or go a little bit lower. But if we lose 112k on Bitcoin, I might. That's where my stop loss is at. I don't want to continue losing money if Bitcoin goes down to 112k here. Yeah. But I see like we are making higher lows here on the 15-minute time frame, so that gives me a little bit of hope here that this could be a buying the dip opportunity here for crypto. All right, moving on from XRP, we'll take a look at Avantis, which was a shining star this weekend. Avantis, I actually did a YouTube short and a TikTok on Avantis, which was pretty popular because a lot of people are talking about Avantis right now. It's a decentralized exchange. It's going to try to compete against Aerodrome Finance and the other DEXs out there. But yeah, let's get into it with Avantis here. Currently trading at $1.90, brand new cryptocurrency that just showed up here on Coinbase Exchange. Started trading here on Tuesday, September 9th. I think people were talking about it. It made some, pretty awesome moves here. One-day moves where it went up like 48% on September 12th, another 67% on September 13th, 52% gainer on September 15th. It was catching people's attention. Then it went up 33% Saturday, September 20th, and then yesterday it went up 60%, and we topped out. We topped out at $2.68. I gotta redraw my fibs here because I was trying to short this thing. Then I got stopped out at break even, and I decided, you know what, this thing still wants to go up. I don't think I want to play this game anymore. Trying to short this thing. So yeah, but now it looks like shorting it might be the thing to do right now. This thing's at $1.91, down 18% today. Whoever's shorted at 268, they're getting paid pretty well right now. Let me go into the 1 hour time frame. Now I got some moving averages to work with here, and I'll draw out the Fibonacci here for you. So Avantis is, in my opinion, it's overbought here, and you got just mentioned from the Fibonacci. If this thing has lost the golden pocket, and it's threatening to lose the 0.5 retracement at $1.89. If we go lower here on Avantis, I think $1.70 might be where we're gonna try to scoop up some cheaper Avantis. That's the 0.32 retracement, or we could come down even further to the 0.236 retracement at $1.46, which is sort of confluent with the 50-day moving average at $1.55. So maybe $1.50 might be an area to try to buy some cheaper Avantis. That is also an area around here that we were trading sideways at for Avantis. We saw $1.48, $1.41, somewhere in this area right here. We got some sideways trading here on Saturday, so that these people could help support us by not clicking the sell button because they're at break even. That could provide support for Avantis. Also, you got some candlewick highs here back here on Monday, September 15th. Anybody that bought here, they're they bought near the top around on Monday. However, they're still in profit right now. But if we were to come down to like $1.40, they would just be back at break even here. So I think $1.40, $1.50 is an interesting area to be buying some cheaper Avantis if you're able to do so. And then if Avantis just creates a higher low at some point here on the 1 hour time frame, and we can start going to higher prices here, I'd like to see how we handle ourselves here at the 786 retracement at $2.34. That could be a problem area, a resistance area. And then we'll see if we can get back up to 268 on Avantis. And then for your fib extension levels here, you got $3.12 and $3.67. Could be interesting area for you to possibly take some profit on your Avantis here. So I would be looking for these as your upside targets if you're in it for the long term or swing trading it. Try to see if you can take profit at 312 and 367. I'm not doing any more requests, guys, because I have to end this live stream within the next 20 minutes to go pick up my friend at the airport and drop her off at the airport. The line says end of the month we going down, and John Kua is asking me what bands am I using there. So I use for my moving averages here, I use like the 200 moving average, the 100 moving average, the 50, and the 21 EMA exponential moving average. So I got the 200 moving average, simple moving average. I got the 100 simple moving average, that blue line, and I got the 50 simple moving average as the green line, and then I got the 21 exponential moving average as that white line there. That's what I use for my my moving averages. Kind of similar to a 5 moving average strategy, but I'm just using 4 moving averages, so I guess you could say it's a 4 moving average strategy here. Alright, moving on from Avantis, we got to take a look at Aptos, World Liberty Finance, and then ICP. And then that's going to be it for today, guys. So, yeah, Aptos. Let's take a look at Aptos here. I actually own a little bit of Aptos. I want to see if Aptos can get its butt into gear here. I was thinking about selling some of my Aptos and getting something else besides Aptos. Well, maybe not sell all of it, but I was thinking about selling some. To try to find a better opportunity out there. Aptos currently trading at $4.23%, $4.23, down 8.24%. On the daily time frame, Aptos is below all its moving averages, so I have to be bearish on Aptos. My bias is bearish until Aptos can get above the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at $4.90. This 200-day moving average has been acting as resistance. You know, we saw it as resistance here on July 23rd, where it was at 573, and we only got up to like 566 before we got rejected. Try to come back up here on August 13th, and kind of got rejected again. And yeah, I think if Aptos gets up to like $4.90 or even $4.80, that's where the 100-day moving average is sitting at. You're probably going to see Aptos get sold down again. But yeah, this is very frustrating to see Aptos getting knocked down every time it gets up to the 200-day moving average. However, you are still making higher lows here, and this could still qualify as a higher low compared to what we did here on September 1st. We came down to $4.11. Today we came down to $4.16. Could be a buying opportunity, but then if you are buying Aptos here right now at $4.23, I mean, you can only expect... I'm expecting to get knocked down at the 100-day moving average. 100-day moving average sitting at $4.80. That's only like a 14% move. And then if we go up to the 200-day moving average at $4.90, that's like a 16% move up in price on Aptos. So you can see, like, I myself, I want to try to get out of Aptos and see if I can find better opportunities. I think I have been selling my Aptos to get into SUI instead. I might actually do that again. Because it's just, you're just going to get rejected at the 100-day moving average until you can actually use it as support. But if you do get past the 200-day moving average here on Aptos, then your next target is going to be this lower high here that you made in July 23rd, where you got up to like 566. And if you're going to stick around for that, then if we get to 566, then you're looking at a 34% move up on Aptos. But the beautiful part about buying Aptos right now is you can put your stop loss really tight. Because, you know, it looks like Aptos is still making higher lows here, but you can put your stop loss right below the low here on September 1st at $4.11. And you're only risking about 2.5%. So it's a very tight stop loss, but I think it could still hold and you're risking like 2 or 3% here to try and get at least to, 16%, or maybe even 35% on Aptos. So I think the risk-reward ratio is still pretty good right now. Today's a good day to be buying. Today's a good day to be buying a lot of cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. But Aptos still qualifies as a good one to get into, in my opinion. If you want to stick around for higher prices here. Chris Cook says Sui is the next Solana. Go Sui, go to the moon. Yeah, Sui's just Sui and Aptos, they use the same protocol, the movement protocol. And it's one of the reasons why they're just as fast or even faster than Solana, and cheaper to use than Solana. So I think Aptos and Sui are going to be some good competitors against Solana. However, Aptos needs to get more developers and get more platforms and more decentralized exchanges working with them, in my opinion, or else people aren't going to. They're going to forget about Aptos, and Aptos is not going to get the love that Sui and Solana are getting. So we'll see. Aptos has a lot of proving to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at World Liberty Finance, and then we'll take a look at ICP, and then that's going to be it for today, guys. I have to go to the airport. World Liberty Finance, currently trading at 20 cents. Let me get a swig of water. Got a lot of talking. Down 16% today. I'm not sure what to do with this chart here. This is interesting. On Mexi Exchange, World Liberty Finance. We'll just say it opened at 29 cents on September 1st here. This is what the chart looks like for World Liberty Finance. Very interesting. I gotta zoom in a little bit. I don't have any moving averages on the daily time frame to work with. This is a relatively brand new cryptocurrency. I would have to probably go to the 1 hour time frame, see what things look like on the 1 hour time frame. But just looking at market structure, you were trying to make higher highs here over the weekend, where we got as high as like 25.5 cents here. That's higher than what you did here on September 7th at 24.5 cents. So this was looking promising. You're making higher lows and higher highs here. However, could you say this is just one big giant bear flag where we're dropping down and then just flagging out to the getting people excited about World Liberty Finance only for us to dump down again? I don't know. That'd be crazy if this ends up being a bear flag here. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame, see what the chart looks like now on the 1 hour. So you got moving averages that are showing up here, and on the 1 hour time frame, oh my god, you're below the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. So I have to be bearishly biased, at least on the 1 hour time frame for World Liberty Finance. You got to get above 22 cents for us to be back to being bullish here on World Liberty, which ain't too far off from where we are right now. We just got to climb up 10% to try and get up to that 200 moving average. But yeah, this is no bueno. Muy no bueno. Not good, guys. Okay. So anyways, what can I do here? You're losing the moving averages. I could try doing a Fibonacci on here, see what the key levels are to look for. I don't know how much data to go off of, but I can still do a Fibonacci here. And let's see. The deepest retracement level could bring you down to 0.236 at 18 cents, 0.183 pennies, which happens to be like kind of like where this low is back here on September 11th. We got down to like 18.5 pennies. I'm thinking 18.5 pennies has to hold, or else this thing could be dropping like a rock on you further. So you could try to put in some buy limit orders at 18.5 cents or 0.183 pennies if you want to be exact. You can put some buy orders in here, try to scoop up some cheaper World Liberty if you're able to do so, but I probably put the stop loss really tight at like 18 pennies, because like if this thing loses 18 pennies, it probably wants to drop down further, down to like what we saw here on September 4th when we got down to like 16 pennies. So I'd be wary of that. I would put the stop loss at 18 pennies, and try to see if I can buy at 18.5 pennies. I think that could be a strategic move where you're capturing the lowest prices for World Liberty Finance, and then you're hoping that your stop loss doesn't get triggered and you're able to go up to higher prices. Now, if you're able to go to higher prices, I said 22 cents is important because that 200-day moving average, 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. But that's also another important level. That's where your 618 Fibonacci is hanging out at 22 cents. Your golden pocket's at 22 cents. I think try to get back up to that level, show that we can hold and sustain that level, and then maybe we can try to make a run up to that 786 retracement at 23.5 cents here. And then of course we'll see if we can get up to like 25 cents, which is what you did here not too long ago. You did that yesterday. Alright, so this could be a buying opportunity, or even a better buying opportunity if we come down to like 18.5 pennies. But if this is just a buying opportunity and we go up to higher prices, you do have your 1272 at 28 pennies, and then you have your 1618 at 31 pennies. Might be an area to consider selling some World Liberty Finance. And I'm just doing mental math off the top of my head, but I think that's like a 40% and a 50% gain from where we are right now. I'll just measure that out real quick. From here, if you're targeting 28 pennies, that's about a 38% gain. And if you're targeting 31 pennies, that's about a 54% gain on World Liberty Finance. Cool. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look at ICP, and then that's going to be it for me today, guys. And then you'll just have to catch me tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to do a TikTok only live stream. So my YouTube guys, you're going to have to come join me on the Meet Damien TikTok channel tomorrow. Because I'm going to try to do a TikTok only live stream from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Straight off the computer, not using my phone. Because TikTok just gave me the privilege to do TikTok Studio here. I have a TikTok Studio that I want to try to use tomorrow. And I can't do YouTube Studio and TikTok Studio at the same time. So I'm just going to try to do a TikTok only live stream tomorrow. So my YouTube guys, come join me on the Meet Damien TikTok here if you want to catch me tomorrow, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. All right, get back into the charts here. We'll look at ICP, not ICUP, but just ICP. ICP currently trading at $4.29, down 8% today. And let's get into the daily chart here, see what we have here. Right. Okay. Got some previous analysis here. ICP. I think I want to do a VRVP analysis with this one. But ICP on the daily time frame, getting down to the lows that I saw back here on June 22nd at $4.31. We're actually lower than that. Yikes. And then back here on April 7th, we got down to like $4.18. And today we got as low as $4.27. So we're near the lows for the year on ICP. Could be a buying opportunity like a lot of these other cryptocurrencies are showing. A lot of these altcoins look like they're buying opportunities. We just don't want to go lower than where we are right now, to be honest, on ICP. So you can put a stop loss really tight. You can put the stop loss at the lows back here in April at $4.18. And if we lose $4.18, I would get the hell out of ICP. Because that means you are now making lower lows than what you did here on April 7th. So I put the stop loss right at the April 7th low at $4.18 if I'm spot trading, swing trading this. And you could be, getting the lows for the year right now. If we don't go lower than what we did today, ICP, we're hoping that we can at least get back up to the 21 EMA, that white line at $4.81. And then try to get maybe to the moving averages here, sitting at $5.22 for the 200-day moving average. And let's just game plan this thing out here. If we just buy right now, and we're taking this up to the 200-day moving average, that's about a 22% gain. Okay? Not bad for catching the lows and just trying to get this thing right back to the 200-day moving average. Now this thing goes to higher prices on you. Like I have targeted like $6.32. 32 cents seems to be an interesting area for ICP. If you get up to like 632, you're looking at like a 46% gain on ICP. Okay, and we've seen it at that level here in July 21st and also June 11th here. So you just buy low here, sell high. Maybe we come back and do that again. We're just staying in a range here on ICP, but ICP is range bound. The lows is like where we are right now, and the highs is like 630 or anything above $6 is a good area to be selling your ICP. We're just playing in this range right now. This is no man's land. This is where I wouldn't take a trade at like $5.30 or $5.40, because that's just looking like the middle of the range right there. But you can buy here, sell, short, come back, take it down, buy back in again, close your short. This is what it's looking like on ICP. Just ping-ponging between 430 and 630. Alright, DZ says he thinks we'll get a green candle, then a dump Thursday night to close out Q3. DZ, you sound just like Baby Toshi in the in Porky Flounder's Discord. Are you Baby Toshi, DZ, on Discord? Let me just take a look at Discord real quick. First of all, you guys should come join my Discord. The Meet Damien Discord channel is free to join, and you'll get notified when I go live, and also, you know, see what trades I'm in. And you know, I posted up the Avantis YouTube short here, but you could go in the description to this YouTube video and join the link to join the Meet Damien Discord channel. And then for my TikTok guys, you can just send me a message and I'll just message you back with the link to join the Discord. But let me just take a look at Porky Flounder's channel here. Baby Toshi, is that you, DZ? Because Baby Toshi said the same thing. Might get a little relief and then a dump on Thursday night. Is that you? Because you're saying the same thing, DZ, here on YouTube. Express Mambo. I'm doing a shorter live stream than I normally do here. If you come join me tomorrow, you know, same time, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time, we could take a look at Polygon. And we could take a look at Ethereum as well for Coco Keg. But yeah, I am closing out this live stream. I think we have some buying opportunities here for crypto. I don't know why we decided to drop so harshly, but we did. But I think this could be buying opportunities for Bitcoin. It's just a normal correction. It's mainly because we got rejected at the $118,000 level, which had a lot of resistance here for Bitcoin. Because some people here that bought Bitcoin in July, they were able to break even when it got up to 118,000, 117,000, and they were able to sell and break even. So we had the break-even crowd, I'm gonna call them, dump on us the last few days here. But Bitcoin could still be creating a higher low as long as we don't go lower than what we've done today. I think we'll be fine for Bitcoin. I think we might be ready for a relief rally and try to retest 117, 118K all over again for Bitcoin. And I do have a Fibonacci level here. The 786 retracement is an interesting level at 118,800 for Bitcoin. Once we get past that level, then you're going to start hearing people get more excited about Bitcoin, and then we'll start seeing people try to push Bitcoin into 124K and maybe 131K going into October. October is sometimes called Uptober here in cryptocurrency world. And this could just be buying opportunities right now for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin loses 112K though, I'm going to get out of my longs. And I think, you know, we have to maybe revisit the 100-day moving average at 109K, 110K here is that blue line that I'm targeting for the next support level for Bitcoin if we lose 112K. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Appreciate you coming on to the Meet Damien live stream. Tomorrow is going to be a TikTok only live stream. So my YouTube guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and join me on TikTok and click that follow button so you can follow me here on TikTok as well. We'll be going live, TikTok only live stream tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll go back to doing YouTube and TikTok again on Wednesday here. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. I will see you tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care, guys. Bitcoin dropping on us again.